Some of you may recall the first ever video on the channel in which I discussed the controversy surrounding Kermit the Frog's new voice. I say voice because that was the aspect that stood out to people the most as different and off from what they were used to, but in actual fact Kermit has had a new performer as a whole since 2017, being veteran puppeteer Matt Vogel following the firing of Steve Whitmire. With the original video, I didn't know if many would agree with my views, but as it turned out, they did. Overwhelmingly so, and it got to the point where it got that much exposure that I felt bad for Matt Vogel, because some people seem to take it as if he was to blame for Steve's firing, which is totally not the case, and I want to reiterate that I certainly don't advocate this, bullying, essentially. Vogel not only seems like a great guy, but more importantly, he's passionate about the Muppets. With that said, I do think Kermit's new voice was pretty far off the mark to begin with.
Get ready for it. Kermit the Frog.
A Disney Plus announcement with Kermit the Frog and Joe from Legal. Wait, what?
Though lots of people pointed out that this could improve over time. I, however, was not really buying this, as it had already been a few years and there seemed to be no change.
Wow, well that sounds like your kind of night, Gonzo. Yeah, we're sure gonna miss you.
But 5 years on from Vogel's casting in 2022, at a D23 panel, I heard this.
Old Scroogey loves his money cause he thinks it gives him power.
Where the hell has that been for the past 5 years? That was spot on. As you can imagine, I've scrutinised Kermit's voice a fair deal, and this line in particular was indistinguishable from Whitmire's performance in Christmas Carol, which in itself was deemed the closest to Jim Henson's Kermit of Whitmire's performances.
After all, there's only one more sleep till Christmas.
But the difference, to me, he's taken it higher. Vogel strayed more from his normal speaking voice to a point where the voice is higher, and that subsequently creates the more rubbery sound in the throat. My guess is that this isn't easy for him to maintain, because later in the performance it becomes lower and less rubbery, as we've come to expect.
It's in the singing of a street corner choir.
So if Matt happens to see this, keep doing what you're doing because it's obviously working. But if you could just hold it there, in that sweet spot, where it's a little higher, then it suddenly becomes Kermit. What I love in particular is that when Kermit appears with Vogel in shot, he just flawlessly bursts into character for, in my opinion, the first time since he started, and the audience just erupts into applause, to which Vogel can be seen broadly smiling below the frame, so to speak. It's like a redemption moment for him, and I can't help but also smile watching it. What solidifies all this is that the top comment below the video reads, "Who performed Kermit? He sounded really good here," which is a far cry from previous comments these videos have been getting. And that made us think, wow, I'm not imagining this, other people are hearing it too. So yeah, what I really hope is the case is that Vogel has just been refining his performance in the background, and we can start to hear more of this improved Kermit. On the other hand, it should be noted that he is singing here, and it's always been the case that his singing voice was better than his talking one, but never this good. We don't hear any standard talking from Kermit in the footage I've seen, but we can only hope that this follows suit. But hey, this is a good bit of news, and I think this is a very important aspect of bringing audiences back to the Muppets. It seems trivial, and I'm not trying to be nitpicky for the sake of it, but this is a big deal to a lot of people, which thankfully Matt Vogel seems to understand. So then, what are your thoughts on Kermit's new voice? Please let me know down in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Muppets content. Thank you for watching.